The Sacramento Kings wasted no time making the headlines today when NBA free agency started at 3 p.m. West Coast time, Pacific time. Sacramento Kings came out shortly after 3 p.m., announced that Doug Christie will be a part of their coaching staff. And sign me up. I am all about it. Sacktown, this is a great addition to the coaching staff. Doug Christie is obviously a former Sacramento fan favorite player that played for the Kings in their golden era and when they were great and consistently competing for championships and consistently playing in the playoffs. Let's talk about the official presser in the article from the statement posted by the NBA and the Kings. Sacramento Kings announced today that Doug Christie has been hired as an assistant coach per team policy. Terms of the deal are not disclosed. He goes on to say, "It's been a dream of mine to coach for the Sacramento Kings," said Christie. "I feel like I have some unfinished business. I'd like to thank my family at NBC Sports California as well as KHTK for an amazing ride. I look forward to working with Coach Walton to deliver a winning team to the great fans of Sacramento." Let me repeat that. I look forward to working with Coach Walton to deliver a winning team to the great fans of Sacramento. Us. You guys. "Doug has been a pillar within the Sacramento Kings organization for decades," said Walton. "I'm excited to add his years of basketball knowledge and energy to our coaching staff and our great group of players." Christie went on to play 14 seasons in the NBA, played for several teams, including the Sacramento Kings from 2000 to 2005, and was named to the All-NBA Defensive Team in 2003 and named All-NBA Defensive Second Team in 2001, 2002, 2004. And he has helped Sacramento reach the postseason in each of his 5 seasons with the Kings. Christie is a Sacramento-era leader in career steals and also second on the all-time leaders in list in career steals for the Toronto Raptors, who he previously played for before. Since retirement, he has trained athletes on every level, studied the game and its fundamentals meticulously, and which has led him to a revolutionary approach with mind, body, and sport. The 14-year-old NBA veteran attended Rainier Beach High School in Seattle, Washington, where he led the Vikings to their first state basketball championship in 1988. After graduating from Rainier Beach, Christie headed south to Pepperdine University in Malibu, California, where he played 3 seasons for the Waves from 89 to 92. Christie ranks third in career steals, and 168 in program history, and was won back-to-back WCC Player of the Year awards through 1992. All right, guys. I am thrilled to have Doug Christie part of the coaching staff. I think it's a fantastic, tremendous pickup. You know, Rex Kalanian was left the organization a couple weeks ago, and I just wonder, like, are the Sacramento Kings going to add and replace Rex for the coaching staff? And they did that with Doug Christie. Not the way how I wanted free agency to start with this type of news, but it's good news. It's great news. It'll probably be one of the better moves that we've done all season, and that is to get Doug Christie on the coaching staff to be a part of Luke Walton's coaching staff. Not only this is going to pay off dividends, but I think Doug Christie knows the game of basketball, especially on the defensive end, and I think that it's only going to freaking help the Sacramento Kings defense tremendously, and I like it. I mean, I'll here for it. Doug Christie, numerous times I've seen him on the broadcast last season. He was frustrated, especially with the Kings, of lack of just acknowledging on the defensive end, and I think that with him being part of the coaching staff, and especially his assignment will be defense, there's just no way I see him being assigned a reason why to be a part of the coaching staff, because his knowledge of defense, of the defensive end, is very high. And I think he's going to do a fantastic job. People have come at me and said on Twitter, like, "Oh, hey, Pete, do you see Doug Christie eventually taking over Luke Walton's spot?" Look, I don't think Doug Christie will be eventually the head coach of the Sacramento Kings. Nothing should be ever ruled out. It should be considered. But, you have Alvin Gentry on the staff still. You have Rico Hines and everybody else on the staff that are a part of Luke Walton's staff. And I think Doug Christie will be staying as part of the staff, of the head coaching staff, and especially particular, he'll be replacing Rex Kalanian and for his defensive presence. And I think that Christie is going to rub these guys the right way and mold them into playing defense. guys, you gotta keep in mind that the Sacramento Kings defense was freaking terrible last season. And as a longtime Kings fan, a longtime Kings faithful fan, at all my years watching the Kings basketball, last year was probably by far one of the worst defensive years I've ever seen in my life. I mean, it was not even, it wasn't even funny. It was pretty bad. It was pretty terrible. So I think when the draft, what Monty McNair has done, addressing the defensive needs, and Doug Christie adding a defensive presence and minded onto the coaching staff with Luke Walton, I think this is only going to help out Luke Walton. It's going to take pressure off Luke Walton. I think it's only going to help. It cannot hurt Luke Walton. I think it's going to help Luke Walton. And I think that the relationship is there. Yes, they grew up as rivals because the Lakers, Luke Walton was part of the Lakers and Doug Christie was a part of the Kings. So they have some connection. They have some history there. But I think they put that past them. And you know what? They know that they can possibly make this work together. And that is to bring the Sacramento Kings back to where they need to be. And that is a good defensive team and, more importantly, a playoff caliber team. So, with that being said, guys, let me know your guys' thoughts on this news. Free agency, oh man, we'll see how it plays out. Rashad Holmes, Terrence Davis, Mo Harkless. You know, I tweeted out that I think that Terrence Davis will be back. I think Mo Harkless, depending on what happens with the roster shakeup, I think that there's a good chance Mo Harkless is 50-50. He may not be back, but hey, I enjoyed Mo Harkless the last of the season. I really enjoyed him defensively and offensively, spreading the floor and making jump shots. So I would love to have Mo Harkless back as well. And then the Rashad Holmes situation, we will see how that narrows down. And would love to have Rashad Holmes back. He's the heart and soul of the team. But I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't return and decides to get his big payday. So, with that being said, guys, I will keep you guys posted. Thank you so much for tuning in. You guys have a great evening. Take care. God bless. Keep pushing forward. And I will see you guys in my next video. Peace.